everyone. Today on Hello Susan we're going to make an altered paper clip. I've got this corset, does come with the kit, and I think that that's what I want to use. I did mirror it in my computer so I would have both sides. Let me get that cut out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it cut out. That's the front and the back. Let me get a paper clip. What I'm going to use today is I'm going to use this rayon seam binding. It's Hug Snug. I've got some lace. I've got the embroidered trim. And we're just going to play and see how it goes. But what I'm thinking is we'll go ahead and glue this together. So I'm going to pick the one I want for the front. I think I want this to be the front. So I'm going to put the paper clip on the back. And I like to put the small side on the inside. So I'm just going to put that in the center, and then I'm going to use Fabri-Tac as my glue, and we're just going to glue this together. So how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. I've been working lots in my garden, and this year has been so pretty. Not every year is, but this year nothing died through the winter, so everything came back, and I've got lots of flowers out there, which is what I like. I have a cottage garden, and I just love it. What kind of gardens do you have? Or are you interested in gardens? Okay, so we're just going to put this on top, and we're just sandwiching it. Now, I do find that when I put them together, even though I mirrored it, and even though it's the same image back to back, sometimes I do have to do a little trimming. And in this case, I'm not seeing that I need to do much of anything. Let me get my ink out. And we'll go ahead and ink the edges. Look at this pretty flower I made years ago. I wanted to use this in the journal somewhere, but it's just too big, so I'm not going to be able to do it. But this was a dress that I purchased at Goodwill, and it was like a prom dress. And so it's purple velvet, and this was the lining that I used for this circle of petals. And then that's a rhinestone pin or earring that I put on there that's vintage. All right, let me put that over here, or maybe over here will be out of the way. Okay. The great thing about Fabri-Tac is it doesn't take too long for it to dry. So while that's drying, I want to go ahead and ink the edges. And of course, I'm using Distress ink, and I'm using Vintage Photo. Just do the edges. And we'll do front and back. I think it just adds that special touch. And just gives it that vintage look, which I really like. Okay, so you could leave it just like that. That is cute. And you could leave it just like that, and it would be your altered paper clip. And put that in the book. But let's go ahead and decorate it up some. What I think I want to do is I want to take this lace, and I did pre-cut it, and I want to add it to the bottom so that it makes kind of a skirt on there. And instead of just gluing it, I think I want to use my hole punch. I've got this hole punch, if you can see right there, there you go. So it's not a hole. It's more of a slit or whatever. Anyways, and so I think I'll put some holes using that. And then we'll put that lace through there like you do like a top of a tag. Can't really see real good. Well, I did it. All right, let's put one in the middle. And one between both of those. So that'll be 5 holes I'm putting in there. That should be plenty. Okay. So I put 5 holes. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so let's move that. Now, let's see how easy I can get these in here. Since it's not just I didn't want to have big gaping holes, so that's why I wanted to use that one. And actually, I use that one on most of mine. And then I'm not going to pull it through all the way, because what I want to do is put it just like a topper is. So you make a little loop, and then you add this through it. Okay, oops, I didn't get both of them in there. Put this through it, like that. And then you don't want to pull it all the way too tight, because you don't want to rip that hole, but you want to get that pretty snug. Sometimes you just have to pull the top loop and tug with it just a little bit to get it all the way you want it. But it eventually gets there. Okay. All right, now see, this is what I was wanting to do, was create a little skirt like that. So instead of you watching me do 5, let me go ahead and get them on, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm on the very last, the 5th one, so I thought, let me just come back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the little edges to where they're more at a slant, because when I cut them, I just cut them straight. Isn't this fun? I love this this set because it comes with so many feminine things, and the girl is so pretty, and of course I love purple. Okay, so there you go. So now you can see we've got a little skirt. So what I want to do is get my scissors, and I just want to alternate going in little you know, angle it right there. And each one would be different, so then it's not exactly the same. So easy to make these altered paper clips, and not just a corset one, but any of them, and then it makes such a good addition to your journal or any of your projects. I know my sister one year asked me for some of these paper clips because she just loved them so much for her birthday. Okay, so there you go. So next what I want to do is I want to take some of this trim right here, and that's that embroidered trim, and find the right side. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just make this skirt just look a little bit decorated and fancy. So I figured I could just put that on top of those knots, and that would be cute. So I think about right here I could cut it. Okay, and let's glue that in place now. I think I'm just going to put glue on the paper clip itself instead of the trim. That way I get it exactly where I need it. Curve it a little bit around just like the corset is. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And this already has a bow right there. I think stickles would be real pretty on this too, to make it shiny. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Isn't that cute? And that's the back. And let's see, we're going to put this at the top. So let's go ahead and cut a piece. I'm not too sure exactly how long I want it. I don't think I want it too terribly long. I'm not going to tie a bow. I think I'm just going to, so you just fit it underneath the paper clip there. I think I'm just going to knot it a couple of times and just let it be like that. I find that one knot isn't enough, even though that looks pretty good. Let's do it one more time. just think it looks a little bit better when you do it twice, because the knot gets big enough to where it looks like a decorative feature. Okay, let's pick all this up, move it out of the way so you can see. Oh, let's put it on top of that butterfly so you're not having to look at that. That's just to show me where I need to keep my images in the frame. I'm looking up to see it get right in the middle. Okay, so there you go. Let me show you the journal so far, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the journal. So this is what I've done so far with the journal. And I tied it with this real pretty ribbon right there, and that's the back. I'm going to do a flip through. I'm waiting for some more trims to come in. I ordered them off Temu, and it takes, you know, a couple of weeks to get that in. But that's what I'm waiting for. So let's go ahead and untie it. And I put it in already. So let me see if I can find it so you can see it. I don't want to show you too much because I want to show you the final flip through, and I want you to be surprised. Here we go. And this is the page that I decided to put it on. Now see how great that looks in there? All right, well, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Let me know in the comments. See you next time. Bye-bye.